All right, Bant Elementals. This is our second time playing this archetype. The first time we played it through once upon a time in Veil of Summer were still legal, so been a hot second here. Today, in addition to Eldritch Evolution, I got a few copies here of Evolutionary Leap, which is sweet because it lets us upgrade our mana creatures into potentially real threats later. It lets us sacrifice our Voice of Resurgence when we're ready to crack the voice to get a giant token. It lets us sacrifice Master of Wave tokens to allow us to find other real creatures with them if our Master of Wave is going to die, or if we just like have stuff to do with our mana. We've also got a bit of the food package in here. We've got Gilded Goose with 4 copies of Oko. We've got Risen Reef, which triggers on all of the Master of Waves tokens because Master of Waves tokens are elementals. And then we've got some Wicked Wolves and other just reasonable cards in the sideboard. This is a base blue-green deck with a small white splash for Voice of Resurgence because it is an elemental and it makes elementals. So that's good with Reef. And then we also have got a variety of good white cards in the sideboard. So both Deck and Stone and Knight of Autumn are both very reasonable Magic the Gathering cards. So let's go ahead and dive on into a league with this one and see how it goes. Yeah, we threw the last match so we could not get published, right? That's what happened. Sure. Yes, we are going to ramp on 2 Bant decks today. After Elementals, we're going to play some Thopter Spy Network Control. Because why not? Hardened Scales, yep. That probably doesn't bode well for my handful X1s. Hopefully we can fade Walking Ballista here. Alright. White cards with the sideboard, looking potentially very good here. Deck and Stone, Knight of Autumn. Wicked Wolf should also be reasonable as well. If they don't have Walking Ballista, we should be okay, but Walking Ballista really kind of hoses us, huh? It kills Reef, it kills Borrower, it kills Master of Waves. A lot of our friends died to that one. Sick. Ramp it up. If they make this Pelt Collector a 3/3 and attack, I'm going to block with Voice, assuming they don't kill the Risen Reef, because not only will we get a Voice token, but the Voice token will trigger Reef. So please, for the love of God, don't Walking Ballista me. Someone said yesterday there was a bug with the Stream Decker widget where you had to open it and then close it, and when you reopened it the second time, it worked on the widget. And some kind of bug with Twitch. So I've spoken with the person that makes Stream Decker, and they said that that is an issue on Twitch's end that they cannot address, which I believe. You can also always go directly to the Stream Decker website. Which should work. Elementals, nice and big here with all of our dorks in play. We'll be able to Brazen Borrower these at some point to reset one of them. Yep. Okay. They have a Fatal Push here for my Elemental token. We could be in trouble. Oh gosh, they get to just spend mana on the rest of these. Yep. That's pretty good. Oko's not particularly good here, huh? I'm going to throw this away to trigger Risen Reef. Would I like to find a Master of Waves here to stabilize the board a little bit for ourselves? This has Trample, but I just want to like trigger and get a Risen Reef Elemental. Oh, Elf. I'm gonna make this a 3/3. Play a tapped land. Pass, I guess. So I have a 6/6 here, which is like pretty decent in the face of their 5/4s. They're down to 1 card. They might get really aggressive with an attack here. And then the Brazen Borrower can bounce their 8/7. I can eat a 5/5. I can take 9. Their last card's a blank. I feel like we're in an okay-ish spot. If we manage to hit a Master of Waves or Evolutionary Leap or Eldritch Evolution, all those things are pretty good for us. Let's send that one back to where it came. They get to redeploy it here, but it gives us a little breathing room and a chance to top deck. Oh, this makes Pelt Collector bigger. I didn't think about that. Huh? Maybe that wasn't good. Okay, that's a redraw with Risen Reef. Okay. Well, you know. So now I can flash in Brazen Borrower, make this an 8/8, eat this, bounce this. No, this verse will be a little bit different because we want to reset the Pelt Collector because I can now profitably block this with the addition of my creatures to the table. I think I'm just going to make a food here rather than show them the other Brazen Borrower. Kind of want that to be a surprise. Elking the Rishgar to prevent big ballistas. Nah, we're dead to ballista regardless. I don't think that's something we can really play around. Trade of food for Pelt Collector? That's not how Oko works. I'd encourage you to read the card. This is probably unblockable, right? Oh no! Oh, these have reach! Oh, these have reach. Alright, that's fine. I didn't want the Brazen Borrower anyways. Listen, chat, there's a lot of text on this card. Sick. They blocked the voice. Alright, well, I messed up, but they messed up too, so God bless. Hey, thanks for the year and a half, Gnome. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Both of us are drawing pretty mediocre. We at least have a Planeswalker and a Goose going, though. At what point do I start smashing? I kind of want... Is it crazy? What happens if I bounce this and, like, attack with 10/10s and 3/3s? They at a minimum have to block one of these, right? They could block this, chump out of these. I could attack with these two and, like, Petty Theft inside of combat. Yeah, that's pretty good, too. I think it's time to start attacking. Okay. So we're losing 3 creatures here, which reduces these to 7/7s. But I'm adding 1/2 creature to the table, so they should still be 9/9s. So they'll still need to double block every turn, plus the rest of my stuff. Alright, pretty fortunate for them to never see a Walking Ballista there. I don't know if this is a Wicked Wolf matchup. What do we think? Knight, Aether Gust, Stone all seem reasonable. Courser doesn't really block profitably, right? Wicked Wolf eats most of their threats right away. For a very small window, it eats their threats. Yeah, I was trimming Oko. Trimming Oko seems fine. I kind of like that. It could be that Brazen Borrower is just not good enough. Like, I'm bringing in Stone and Aether Gust. So maybe if they're a Walking Ballista deck, I want to just, like, trim my X1. I'm going to leave Courser into some card advantage in selection. Let's try this. that one. This is where the magic happens. Got my first hand back. This hand's quite good if they don't have any interaction. Yeah, but I also don't think, like, I don't think I need a huge amount of devotion for Master Waves. Like, I think board states for, like, Master Waves making 2 to 3 tokens is fine. I agree that this hand is better than our first one. There's a conclusion I concur with. No blocks. Wonder if they have a fatal push here. They obviously don't have a creature. Or if they do have a creature, it only has 1 power. Alright. Didn't get pushed off a ledge. Step 1. I think I'd rather Risen Reef than Oko here. Yep. That's pretty good. Love 2 through 3s here. So we're going to 9 on this combat. Again, our 3-color mana base is not free. Feel like Voice really showed why it's worth its slot last match. Or last game, but again, does come at a cost. Yikes. Yikes. What's going on, X? What brand of acoustic panels do you have in my wall? Just cheap, crappy ones. Whatever was the Google search on Amazon. This ideally isn't going to be my forever office, so I just wanted something fast and cheap. I don't think we ever beat that card. That card is exceptionally good against our deck. We have a lot of incidental X1s. Is Wicked Wolf better on the play? Almost certainly. I'm trimming Okos, though. It's probably not good enough if I'm trimming Oko, right? Maybe trimming Oko is dumb. I just want like 2 of these and this. Let's give this a go. Get some Flame Tongue Kabus in here. Wicked Wolf, something that can actually clear Walking Ballista off the table after it kills a thing or 2. Sure. I'm not sure that I did, Hex. Hand's got a reasonable curve here. I think I just want to hold up Aether Gust this turn, rather than play Leap out. Alright. Put your snake wherever you want it, baby. Where would you like the Viper be placed? They put it on top, to the surprise of few. Down to 19, get to play Risen Reef here. 2 shots, add a land. Second shot has to be specifically untapped. I mean, okay, that's a pretty good hit, assuming we find a land. Yes, Master of Waves does check count itself for devotion. Got a Walking Ballista to kill my Reef? Sure. Don't fear the Reefer. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do do do. I feel like Walking Ballista trading 1-for-1 with Risen Reef for us is like kind of a best case scenario. Feel like I come out ahead on that exchange. Right on time, Mana Dorks. Mana Dorks. Great on turn 1, bad on turn 4 when you miss your land drop. An Avatar here too. That's rough. It's going to 13. Experiment 1 doesn't trample at least. We got that going for us. Okay. Wicked Wolf looking good here. Get to fight this. Assuming they don't have things that impact the board, I get to block Wolf plus Llanowar Elf on Avatar of the Resolute and go to 8, and then I can Master of Waves into Master of Waves, maybe make some jump blockers. Obviously dead to a variety of things, but we have a plan at least to keep the current board in check. I mean, it's not even a 1-for-1, right? Like the Risen Reef drew a card. It's like Ballista trading for the Risen Reef that already cantripped is like pretty decent. It's going to be Walking Ballista for 2. The fact they used the first one so aggressively could imply that they just have a second. Voracious Hydra. Yeah, okay, so my elf is dead. They're attacking for 10. I think we're going to end up being too slow here. Yep. Yeah, Oko just not good enough against all these 1-1 counters. Matchup was just a little bit too aggressive. Maybe I should have cut all of the Evolutionary Leaps because the matchup was just so aggressive. It's quite possible this should only be against like mid-range and control decks. Of course, I don't really know if there's any spells in my sideboard that I could reasonably justify. Including it over that. Yeah, without seeing a removal spell, like, we definitely, like, I think if we had, like, a Deccan Stone, like, you have to think of, like, everything that happened there, which is why it's important to think critically about these things, rather than just, like, playing 3 games and going, like, oh, this matchup's bad because I lost. Like, if you think about what happened in the 3rd game, I, like, missed a land drop, got Flame Tongue Kavu'd, like, didn't have a removal spell, so, like, you think about the things that happen, and then, like, concluding a matchup is bad. It has to, like, think about what happened, and then you got to dissect how often do those things that didn't go your way are going to not go your way in that matchup. It's not nearly as simple as just, like, we lost, it's bad for us. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that matchup largely hinged around Walking Ballista. You're not new here, min-maxed. Instead of me justifying my decisions to you, tell me why you're right. Do some math. When the answer to your question has an objective answer that you can reach by doing a little bit of mathematics, I'd always encourage you to just do the math. What is that? Create a 1/1 servo token, create an XX colorless construct artifact token where X is the number of artifacts you control. It's kind of sweet. Actually, it's like Risen Reef here. No Risen Reef, try and accelerate again. Ding. Like next turn, we get 2 shots at a land next turn, so we get a draw step, plus Courser gets to look at a card. Oh, it does say where X is the number of creatures you control. Sure. Is there like some kind of tokens deck then? That's pretty good. I need to use my Oko likely to pressure the Vraska next turn. If she gets to 3 and stays there, she gets to kill Oko or something else. She ate the goose. That's scary. Sea Drano. Kalitas. Well, I think Oko might be dead yet. Afternoon Nerd Girl. Definitely can't let that one stay around. Normally watch on YouTube. It's nice to be able to catch a live one of my favorite Fridays. What's going on, Riley? Thanks for the 3/4 of a year. Yeah, for the remainder of December, I think Friday is going to be Pioneer Day on this channel. Is my plan. Do 1 Pioneer deck a day, Monday through Thursday, and then 3 or 4 Pioneer decks on Friday. For as long as the format stays as popular as it is. Just still having a ton of deck submissions. Still have not been able to roll back from Hidden Stockpile. That's sweet. There's that Abzan tokens deck in the queue. Stockpile plus Vraska is a really sweet engine. At the end of the turn, if the permanent left the battlefield under their control, they get a 1/1. Which just like feeds the Vraska constantly. Vomit. Alright, I think I'm going to evolve this elf. Think we're just getting Risen Reef. In. Don't pay 2 life, you won't be happy. Thanks for your impeccable gaming content and marginal singing. It's funny because it's true. Alright, so I still haven't played a land for the turn yet. So I can eat this food and sack this to draw the Courser, which gives me a land. So let's play Courser. And let's shock this in. Haven't used Oko yet. I'm gonna make a food. I think I'm just passing. I don't know how we're gonna beat Vraska plus Stockpile. Well, much less double Stockpile. I'm just going to play this Goose. I think they're pretty likely to go after my Evolutionary Leap next turn, or my Oko. Maybe they just don't care about Oko. So I could leave that green up to, like, sack Risen Reef in the event Vraska decides Risen Reef is worth killing. But I think they're pretty unlikely to kill a creature here. I think they're more likely to go after my stuff on the board. Sacking to Scry, probably figuring out if there's a card they want to draw with Vraska, if they want to use her to down tick. It's a good thought. If they leave Oko alone, I might Leap during my upkeep. Assuming they leave Leap alone too. Thanks for the 11-month stunt bum. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. They are, in fact, killing Leap. Yep. Is there a cake for this? Thanks for the 5 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Post board, I've got Knight of Autumns. That'll be helpful here, but right now I have no such tool. All right, let's draw this Risen Reef. Shock this in. Play Risen Reef. This lets me pressure Vraska off the table, so that's nice. There's a Master of Waves. Okay. Okay, we're starting to cook with gas here, chat. Both got our value engines going here. Yeah, we do. I just want to take this, right? I don't really want them using that. Wow. Wow, that's... Won't you take me to Value Town? Won't you take me to Value Town? Do 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 do. Pew 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 pew. Pew 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 pew. Pew 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 pew. Do 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 do. Pew 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 pew. Yeah, to be fair, they should have sacked that to stockpile. Maybe they were conceding because they were upset with themselves that they missed that line. Could definitely see that. Alright, I definitely want Deck in Stones and Knights of Autumn. I probably want Evolution because it gives me extra access to both of those things. What am I cutting? What am I cutting? Maybe Evolution's not good enough. I need Oko to get rid of Kalitas. Is it Courser out? Or is Courser too important for my drawing cards? He's mostly there because he's good against aggro. This leaves me one more trim. Just a value mid-range deck C4. Got some okay interaction. Just trim around the edges here. Cause it's a sneaper keeper, do 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 do, sneep papa, keep papa, do 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 do. In the defense of my deck is green-blue cards with Voice of Resurgence. John, do not take kindly to being classified as a green-white deck around these parts. I mean, to be fair, Zer, we don't really know what's viable in Pioneer. The format still being sculpted. It seems like with the banning of Smuggler's Copter and Field of the Dead, they're trying to push the format in a direction where those value type plays can be reasonable. Nah, I think Voice is just too good to cut. At some point, I'm going to draw a spell. And when I do, it's going to be great. I mean, we don't have any data to base those trends off of, Zer. Like, have there been PTQs that I missed since they banned things at the beginning of the week? There haven't, right? The first PTQ in the new formats today. So, like, you need to remember that the MTGO 5.0 decklist dumps are not representative of any format for any of the dumps that happen. The MTGO 5.0 decklist dumps are made artificially diverse by Wizards of the Coast, intentionally. Actually, I'm dumb. I shouldn't have shocked that in. I'm just gonna petty theft this token and smack their Vraska for 3. Yeah, I was thinking I might flash this in at their end step. I just, like, paid 2 life for no reason there. Definitely should just petty theft their token and hit their Vraska for 3. So if we lose this game by a margin of 2 life, which could be relevant, right? Like, our mana base does a lot of damage to ourselves with 12 shocks. Definitely on me. Didn't fully think through my lines there. We're holding up Veil, yeah, exactly. There you go. Card's real scary if they get going. Oko would let us kill Vraska. Another land, you know, that's definitely a draw. Token under your control. This doubles up Goose making food tokens too, right? It's kind of funny. Kind of sweet. Look at that. Lots of things for Vraska to gobble up here. Yep, seems good. We could get back into this game very easily. We're definitely behind at the moment, but it's not over just yet. If we hit a Risen Reef, we could very easily, you know, Risen Reef into a Voice and, like, hit a chain, or, like, Risen Reef into Risen Reef and draw 2 or 3 cards. Evolutionary Leap lets us start turning these creatures that we have into play that aren't very good into other potentially good things. Now I'm going to concede. Now I'm going to concede. Feels Magic Man. Feels Magic Man. We've got huge tracts of land. John Avon better watch out. So we're practicing drawing lands over here. We're coming for his job. Alright, I'm gonna try and draw blue source with this one. I'm mulligan the first one, but I don't want to go to 5 here. They're playing a Thoughtseize deck. Please? Please? What you doing, opponent? What you got? What you got? What you got? What you got? Please Assassin's Trophy me. Rats. Whenever a creature token enters the play under their control, they gain a life. Untapped blue. Untapped blue. Untapped blue. Ring-a-ding-ding. Hear me sing the song of my people. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Take my hand, we'll make it, I swear. Oh, dee 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 dee. Wow! Attack with the goose, flip my Adonto. That is, that's some technology. All right, I think I lead on voice here. Because this forces them to, like, bust a move here. And now I get to leap this. Whereas if I would have played Master there and they kill my thing in response, I just, like, don't get to leap my thing. So I think leaping it makes my sequencing ideal here. Hosting someone else's video providing commentary? Something like that. Something like that. You killed him, Jim. He's dead. Murderer. Why do you feel like the numbers in the Mythic Championship transmission are super odd? Because there's not 56,000 people watching it. They're paying for extra viewers. That's why. That's why it feels odd, because it is odd. Am I just turning this into a friend? I can just go ahead and pass here. And then next turn, so I'll like end step Borrower, and then I can untap and Master, make a bunch of tokens. Then we can start sacking those tokens to Evolutionary Leap for value. I might have even been right to like not sack my elf there. I have one card in hand. Why did they shock in? Their land tier is actually a pretty okay draw. Oh. Oh, that's why they shocked in. So they're about to make 5, 6, 7, 8. They're about to make 5 tokens. 6 tokens. Gross. Well, that's completely reasonable and beatable. I suppose our second Master of Waves next turn makes our tokens into 3/2s, which is relevant. So I'm going to run the no blocks here. Wait. Okay, so I get to do this. So if I attack with everything, they can make a token with this, which I can bounce with Brazen Borrower. And then they can eat a food and go to 22. And then this is 13. Yeah, they have to chump block with the goose then, right? And I'm not dead on the backswing because I have 4 blockers here. They gain a life from the token that I wasn't thinking about. And they take 12 down to 8 here. Making other food, sure. And then I block 4 of these. I take 4, I go to 4. They gain 7, they go to 15. The racing math here is very convoluted because of the food and the lifelink tokens. Is Night of Autumn just like gaining me some life here? I think I might not actually even be playing it. I think I'm just like, Goose, attack you for 3 in the air, go. Knight can shatter this token. Eventually it can, yeah, that's true. I can start leaping for another Master of Waves eventually, too. Or another Brazen Borrower. And like, this takes so much mana, they have a hard time doing it and like eating food and making food or like making other tokens. And like, I can chump block that and sack whatever it chump blocks to like turn it into something with Evolutionary Leap. I also don't even have to chump block, right? Because I just have this elemental that's big enough to eat it for now. No, Gendy, I don't think so. That's why I didn't do it. Can you, if you think it's better, can you explain why it's better? You know, Night of Autumn. I need one of my elementals here. Another Evolutionary Leap. So I think we just stay the course, right? I can Gilded Goose. I can Knight of Autumn, shatter this construct. Open your Pokemon Go gift. I'm very fair in the way I open Pokemon Go gifts. When I play Pokemon Go and I have time to open gifts, I always open them from the bottom up so the people who have the least friendship level with me get their presents open first. Pokemon Go only lets you open 20 presents a day though. So, I'm a little limited. God, Brazen Borrower being flying is just so good. This is definitely a board state. Oh, I just let them kill my leap. Well, I should have sacked the goose response. I wasn't paying. I just assumed they were making a food because they tapped the goose. I just like pressed my hotkey before the image loaded. Yeah, definitely should have left the goose there. And like this turn, they have to be like, they have to be dead. They're dead. Is that what we said? This turn they're dead. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Our sideboard card's good, chat. It's possible not having 4 Decade Stone to the sideboard of this deck's a mistake. Declaration in Stone is pretty good. Pretty good. It's also possible that, like, Courser's silly, and, like, these Coursers just shouldn't be in my deck, and, like, 3 decks should be main with a 4th on the board and then 2 other sideboard cards. It wasn't a mistake. We knew that was on top. Yeah, exactly. If we would have left, we wouldn't have drawn the Decade Stone, right? It was a skill game. Leap really got to flex its muscles there, which was sweet. You heard of your son, Declan Hinstone? Oh, Declan. Oh, Declan. Honk, honk. Leap plus voice is sweet. So, voice is actually a good curve filler here for us, because, like, next turn we get to go second elf plus voice, which is great. Voice is not great against Oko. Rowanus, however, will play against. Voice should be very good in this matchup. The large token tends to be great against other creature decks. So we get 2 shots at a 3rd land next turn. We get a draw step, plus Courser gets to take a peek at the top of our library. Sad Panda. Ooh, they didn't do it. That's exciting. So now if I draw a land for the turn, I think I'm going to play Leap. Well, like Goose plus Leap. Yeah, sick. So we'll go play Goose. Play Leap. This can't attack or block at the moment. Oh, they might be thinking about, like, stubbing this. They haven't showed them a land yet. That would be sick. Oh, this counters it, right? Because they have this. Sure. Let's look at a thing out of it. They're on the 3 cards in hand, but they have the Oko and we don't. Really? Okay. Seems good for us. That's great for us. I love a format where Voice of Resurgence is playable, chat. Can I just go on the record saying that? Formats where Voice of Resurgence is playable, they make me happy. They make me happy. I also love no formats. Why you have to be so mean, Hippity? Why you have to be so mean? Is this a Wicked Wolf matchup? I guess I need like 2 food to eat a lot of their things, so probably not. I don't think this is a Mystic Dispute matchup. Alright, let's run it like this. I just want them to ban enough things in Pioneer that Voice of Resurgence is playable, chat. Is that asking too much? Am I dreaming too big? Cause it's a sneepa keepa doo 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 sneepa keepa doo 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 doo. Up next, banning voice because it was finally playable. Oko! Just like insert Spider-Man meme here. It's like, you're the problem with Pioneer. No, you're the problem with Pioneer. They're playing Wicked Wolf, yep. Hey, thanks for the 5 months, VI Rusted. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. You've been a good one wherever you are. I'm going to give them the chance to trade their Wicked Wolf for this food. I'm going to go ahead and do this now while they don't have Stubborn Denial up. What's going on, DMS? Listen, the deck queue's just got too many things in it for me to take today off because the MC's going on. We're drowning in Pioneer decks over here, chat. Thanks for the 11 months, Booze Shoes. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Are we dead? I kind of feel like we're dead, huh? Heart of Korean is good enough for me. Now we get to be on the play with our Okos. Do I want Wicked Wolf? Wicked Wolf helped lock that game up for them. I feel like I want some Wicked Wolf. Master of Waves probably isn't that good here. They can just elk him and then everything dies. I'd be pretty surprised if Oko needs to be banned in this format. I think a lot of the people clamoring for Oko to be banned just have, like, PTSD from Standard. I feel like Oko is pretty fine in all these non-rotating formats, especially the ones without Once Upon a Time in Veil. Yikes. Yeah, this is fine, right? This goes turn 1 Elf, turn 2 Borrower, turn 3 Master of Waves. It's like kind of okay. $15 Pioneer decks after this, 8 over 50. Yeah, at the playing 8 to 10 Pioneer decks a week. We're adding Pioneer decks at about the same rate I'm playing them, which is probably means probably good. Probably an okay rate. What do they have? I get like Mystic Disputed here. Why would they shock if they had Mystic Dispute? Maybe they're shocking because they wanted the option to counter a non-blue card. Can see that. I'm just gonna go tapped land, hold up Aether Gust here, smack them for 3. I think ideally I don't want to play Master of Waves out at a point where like all the elementals just die to an Oko plus. Super punish for not playing Master of Waves. Feels bad, man. Makes sense that they're playing Borrower too. Card's real good. Maybe I'm not supposed to do this because then it gets to kill my next thing. Yeah, I'm probably actually just supposed to let that resolve. Evolutionary Leap would have easily been our best draw there. Would have let us sack the elf when they go to kill it. We have 3 cards in hand, 4 now at the draw step. We know one's Wicked Wolf. What's our best possible draws next turn? Risen Reef into Voice of Resurgence. Let's generate some velocity and get going. Oko is also not a terrible pickup. Brazen Borrower would be fine, so let us gas back up in terms of blue devotion towards this. Another land. Another land sounds like we're playing Magic. I'll decline a trade for now. They could be on nothing, so like, you know, couple of good rips could bode well for the home team. Another Risen Reef or Voice of Resurgence, both great here. Okay. I mean, you know. They have an Aether Gust here, or like another Brazen Borrower. Another Brazen Borrower, we're probably dead just because the amount of pressure it puts on us. Aether Gust would be like kind of annoying, but like Risen Reef draws a card to replace itself, so it's like also not the end of the world. It's probably lights out. So we're taking 8 this turn down to 5. I guess if this is a blank for the turn, Master of Waves makes 2 things and draws 2 cards. Then light gives me plenty of board presence. I'm dead in 2 to this, but Master of Waves draws a bunch. So, you know, maybe. So, like, if this is a blank, this will give me an elemental to chump here, trade here. This eats here because it's a 2-2. No, I would not like to pay 2. And then I make it out of the turn with all my blue devotion. So dead to a variety of things here. We need a Borrower of our own or a Deccan Stone next turn. And we get 4 draws at both of those. Wicked Wolf also gets us out of it. So Risen Reef. So I play Master of Waves, it triggers and gives me 3 guides and draws 3 cards. But if I Risen Reef, it draws 2, and then I Voice, it draws 2. So I think the line here is start with this. This cuts me off of Wicked Wolf from being an out. Okay. Nope, don't pay life. Okay. Don't call it a comeback. Dead to Brazen Borrower. Okay. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. I mean, we hit a lot of good cards there, but like we also drew a lot of cards, right? Friendo. Thank you. Thank you, friendo. Yeah. Yeah, trigger my Risen Reefs. Woohoo! Oh. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Gosh, I don't know if this deck is good, but like, I like Voice Risen Reef. It's my favorite. Get to go Dork into Voice Dork into Courser. Start filtering a little bit. So Voice is an elemental on the front half, and it makes elementals with its trigger. Murderer. Okay, so now I have to decide. So, turn 1, Fatal Push. Do I go Goose, Tapped Land, go? Or do I go, so I can go Risen Reef into Voice? Or do I lead on Voice? I kind of want Goose Tapped Land. I like, not playing the Voice out is kind of bad against Thoughtseize, but like, all my cards generate value, right? So like, they have to choose between card advantage regardless. So I think I just try the line like, I'm probably not going to aggro out whatever they're doing. So I think I just take the line that gives me the most value. Okay. It's like Black Devotion. No blocks. 16. Yeah, the fact that Risen Reef lets you look at it instead of revealing it is kind of absurd. Just like one of the many things that like gives it a power level boost. Did I just block here? I think I just block here, right? No, I guess it's still Death Touch on the back half, but I can Oko the back half. And I'm gonna block and probably Oko the back half. Why am I saying back half? I mean Oko it before I block it eventually. Just like get my 4/4 here. I guess this line kind of sucks against the removal spell on this elemental. Sounds about right. You have a Great Merchant? Champion of Dusk, yep. Alright, well this block is free, right? Yep. He triggered their knight because they lost life. Brutal. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this was a 3/3, right? Not a 2/3? Yeah, Oko should be +1 loyalty. I'm a big dumb. Hey, Cannon Gear, thanks for the 10 months. I appreciate the Prime support. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. My body's ready to be drained for 40. Alright, so Master Waves is dead. They could also just kill Oko here, I suppose. Yep. Like, no, I just have a blank next turn. We're dead at this point, right? Yeah, I think we're just dead. They have this castle to sit here and do stuff with. Yeah, there should totally just be Deck and Stones in my main deck, I think. That card's real good. I think these Evolutionary Leaps have been pretty whatever, too. Or not the, sorry, the Eldritch Evolutions. Two cards with Evolution in the name. Eldritch Evolution's been pretty whatever. Yeah, definitely Canning Gear. 10 out of 10. Feel free to just submit it through the forum using the same email address, and make in the note section, just say it's to swap that out. I'm bringing Wicked Wolf. Can eat their 2/3 indestructible too, or their 2/3 Death Toucher. YOLO. Even if we don't have land drops, I've got we have 3 mana creatures. Sweet. Yeah, we've had a good set of decks today. There's a lot of good stuff in the queue. This format's got a lot of neat things going on. Like I've said on social media and other stuff, like I think the way they're managing this format currently has been very, very positive. Like the direction they're taking for a lot of it. Really appreciate the fact that they didn't just ban everything from the start. It like gave the format a little bit of room to breathe, basically. I just offer this trade here, right? I don't think Merfolk Trickster is very good. I also don't think we need a ton of devotion to blue. We've been doing plenty fine so far today without having a pile of devotion to blue. Neat. I think I'm going to go ahead and leap this voice. I'll do this, eat this. Little unfortunate that we've drawn a bunch of non-green lands this game. I think I'm supposed to play around a sweeper here. Just gonna go ahead and attack the Sorin down. No exposure option, so I guess I'll use Bezabucks. Thanks for turning me and giving me some real dollars, PCV. Welcome back. We're talking about like what the last couple slots in this deck could be. Main deck Wicked Wolf might just be the correct answer. Gonna do this, make them have a removal spell this turn. You know, if they have a removal spell this turn, I get to leap it, so I'm still basically 1 for zeroing them. Champion Dust, sure. Sure. Gonna send this back to their hand to smack them for 2 here. It's a little aggressive, but I don't know. I'm supposed to play around a sweeper out of their deck. Attack you for 8. Go. Voice also gets power. Master of Voice powers up all elementals too, so it like makes your Risen Reef and your Voice of Resurgence better. They could have triple Doomblade here, I suppose. Yeah, they have a Fatal Push here too. Yeah, Brazen Borrowers are going to drag us across the finish line here. Sweet. All right, game the third. Both Deck and Stone and Wicked Wolf have felt good. Courser and Eldritch Evolution have not. So maybe like these 5 cards in the main just become like maybe something closer to this is like our main deck configuration. Like if you look at this curve with this considered a 2-mana bounce spell, this curve is really nice, right? Just like 10, 13, 8, and 6. I didn't have a food to make mana with the Goose Jester. So I didn't leap the first one because they have spells like Sorin that could gain them life. So if they played one that would have gained them life, I wanted to deny them the life gain from it. Or something like Murderous Rider, where they have an adventurer tied onto the thing. It's possible this is just too slow and I'm supposed to mulligan. It's a great draw. I haven't restarted Moto at all today. How much memory at? Over 3 gigs of RAM used. Yeah, probably. Probably should kick Moto after this match. Maybe I'm supposed to lead on this, because if they have Legion's End here, I get really sad. And like, I don't really need to attack with this right away anyways. They have Obnixious Cruelty as well. Yeah, I think that was a punt. Yeah, I'm confident that was a punt. Should have let an Evolutionary Leap. That could easily cost us this game. If I lead on Leap there, I can play Voice on 3 and hold a mana up for it. Yeah, I played Cavaliers in this deck last time, and they weren't good, so I ended up cutting them. Is Bant Tameo too cute for this deck? Rather than asking a generic question like that, what problem do you think my deck has that gets solved by that card? Like, I don't feel like our deck is, like, putting people on the back foot enough to really take advantage of any of the lines of text on that card. These are the third of a year, Willie. I appreciate it. Welcome back. This is all they're doing this turn. This seems really good for us. Guess they could also have a removal spell for Wicked Wolf. Yeah. So Borrower is going to get to kill Sorin here. Up for this Mutavault is huge, though. So I don't have triple blue, so I can't Petty Theft and Borrower this turn. I can, however, make a food here. Huh? I think that's probably for next turn, because I just want more mana available when it happens. Decadent Stone here. They have a Fatal Push. It's a little unfortunate. Or they're just being annoying. Yep. I think I'm just going to block, make a food, sack the goose. Risen Reef's a good hit. Oko's great, actually, right? Isn't he always, chat? So Oko gets to make a food of 3/3 and then kill their Sorin. Yeah, their Mutavault is rather large. Okay. Why didn't they crack the clue? They like saving it for Revolt? They must have been saving it for Revolt, huh? So their Mutavault can kill my Oko, which I kind of think I let happen. Because the Risen Reef is super valuable here, right? With the 2 cards in my hand, he says before he gets Thought Seized. I think I just let Oko die, because this voice is 3 cards with the Risen Reef. If they kill the Risen Reef here, I feel real bad about my decision. Magic's a tough game. Okay, and I think I decline putting the elf into play because I want to be able to activate Evolutionary Leap here. Huh. I'm going to sack Voice of Resurgence in response to this. Because this prevents the voice dice triggers, which would deny me the elemental. Sick. That look like an elk to anybody else? Looks like an elk to me. Watch them have like a sweeper here and we just get slaughtered. Okay. So they can kill, yeah, they can sack this and kill a Risen Reef and get a zombie. Yep. That's fine though, right? Like that Risen Reef's done his damage. It's drawn infinite cards. Yep. Alright, I think I actually play the Gilded Goose here and put down the Evolution for a turn, just so I want, like, extra blockers, so I don't accidentally get hit by this 5/5. Do you like how full our hand is still? It's kind of wild. This deck's been gas. I'm probably going to add this one to the website. This is our second time playing this. The first time we played it, once upon a time hadn't been banned yet. But it generated good games then. And just like, the core of Voice, Reef, Master of Waves. Oh yeah, I want to restart Moto. How we doing, folks? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody wherever out in the world. Thanks for hanging out with me here today. If you're a new viewer, my name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream Magic full-time here on Twitch. We do Pioneer here on Magic Online, as well as Standard and Historic on Magic Arena. As always, love to give a shout out to my wonderful subs. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their support, so thanks to all of them for keeping me in play. I'd also like to plug a couple of my wonderful sponsors here really quick. BCW Supplies, the only ones I trust to protect my paper Magic the Gathering cards. Using code HOAGLANDIA at bcwsupplies.com. You can save 10% on sleeves, binders, deck box, and all sorts of other fantastic gaming accessories there with them. Cardsphere.com is a peer-to-peer trading network that would love to help you turn your cards into other cards direct with other players. There's no haggling, and they just take a 1% fee off the top. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. Using code Jeff12, you can save 12% on custom playmats, mousepads, binders, and bags with them. You can upload your own custom artwork or choose from a wide range of custom artwork that they already have on their website, such as my own Hoaglandia branded merchandise. And of course, the Nerd Rage Gaming Championship Series, a $5,000 cash tournament series that's having back-to-back 5Ks every month in the Midwest in 2020. So be sure to check them out for all of your Pioneer, Modern, and Legacy tournament coverage as well at twitch.tv/NRG series. Look at that. We still have time to play the guy.
Don't make your life garbage time. Join us in Hoaglandia today by subscribing to Jeff Hoagland with Twitch Prime today.
Perfect. Still looking for a match. We're 3-1. Guaranteed burrito money. We can possibly get back. Get back some even more dollars here. Yep, this hand is great. Snap it off. Well, this hand was great. Who wrote the script for that video? Mike Kletz and Mapamonte. You tried and he built this deck with Wayfaring Temple. I don't know what Wayfaring Temple does. Power and tough equal number of creatures you control when it deals combat damage to a player populate. I don't know if that's good enough for a 3-mana creature in this format. One of the goals is you want your cards just kind of be individually powerful, and I think that card definitely doesn't satisfy that. So we had more elementals and more like blue pips in the original first couple drafts of this deck. I ended up cutting them and I was pretty happy with that change. So well, hopefully we draw a third land and then Courser's gonna help us find more from there. Populate lets you copy a token that you already have in play. So if you have a voice token, you can double it up. But like, if you already have a voice token and other things like that, like, you're probably already ahead. The Mono Red Dragons deck felt like there might have really been something there. It felt like the core of what we were doing was super reasonable. I guess we're not just dead yet. I get to Brazen Borrower this and then kill their Sorin. Kind of surprised. This attack seems loose. I think they knew about the Brazen Borrower, right? From the Thoughtseize. If I recall, was it my revealed cards? Yeah, pretty much all the decks we've played so far today have been like, this is somewhat reasonable. If we find an untapped land here, we're gonna keep playing. If we brick again, I'm gonna go ahead and go to the post-board game. This set's been running a little bit long, and I want to make sure we have time to get through everything today without running too absurdly late. All right, well, you know, they're gonna make me. It's not going down easy, chat. I know we played a mono red dragons deck today. That felt fairly reasonable. I will say this: Courser of Kruphix does line up well into Elks, which is a nice feature that it has. I'm gonna jump block Kalitas here, keep Oko at 3, and then we'll have an Elemental plus a Courser next turn, plus Oko will be going to 5. It's felt really sweet. I think there's a couple of cards in here that I would consider a miss that I'm not super happy with, but for the most part, pretty content. All right, let's hit an untapped green source and play this Gilded Goose, huh? Or there's another one. Oh, Courser, why do you tease me? This isn't blocking, so might as well get in for 2 points of damage here. The good news is, if they don't kill the Courser, rude. If they don't kill the Courser, we get to, what's it called? We get 2 extra shots at a land next turn. Don't Swift End me, don't do it. No blocks on your 2/3, block your 3/3. Alright, so that's a Temple Garden. So am I playing another Courser this turn? Or am I playing Risen Reef plus Goose? I think I'm playing Reef plus Goose. Okay. If they have sacrifices vampires or zombies, yikes. Need to find our way to another Oko to deal with this Kalitas. Yeah, like Wicked Wolf and Deck and Stone would be great main deck inclusions here. I'm gonna run the no blocks. The problem is while our life total is getting hammered by this, their devotion card gets a lot scarier. Grey Merchant of what's his name? Okay, so that's a sweet hit because it means I get to go Courser and then shock this in gain 2, like take 2 gain 2. Then I can play Risen Reef here. Would really like a land underneath this so we can gain some more life here. Sick. His name is Gary. We're dead to land Gary, right? Because we're at 8 and they'd have 8 devotion. I'm gonna block Kalitas here, because if they want to sack this to make this bigger, that's fine for me. It's like have Grey Merchant, it didn't matter. I was dead to Grey Merchant before you attacked. Oh, Champion of Dust, sure. That's another Master of Waves. Okay. So, if we find an untapped land, we get to double Master here. Just really need an untapped land. Come on. Sick. Alright, so I haven't played a land yet, so I'm going to say no, draw that. So that way I can shock it in. Sick. Alright, so play this off the top. Reveal this. Second Master of Waves. Trigger, get 8 Risen Reef Risen Reef triggers. Hey chat, remember when we were in trouble? Anybody else remember when we were in trouble a second ago? Alright, well I know what the deck of the day is. They could have double removal. If they untap and have double removal, we're in trouble. It's like if they untap and double Doomblade us here and kill both Master of Waves, like if they don't do exactly that though, on the off chance they don't do exactly that, they don't untap and kill 2 of my things. Are we still in trouble, or is this decking instead of are we just decking instead of dying? Asking the real questions. All right. Hey, Shandohawk. Sorry if you just resubbed. I was just, thanks for the 4 months. Okay, there's 1 removal spell. So we did gain a bunch of life here, so that's not a second removal spell. So actually, believe it or not, I had Yarok in the first draft of this deck and it just wasn't necessary. I had like Mana Confluences and Gilded Goose to cast him. It just wasn't needed. Alright, so we gotta try and find our way to another Master of Waves this turn. We find our way to another Master of Waves, can we kill them? Maybe? Thanks, Space Ace. I'm glad we restarted before this game. That's a Master of Waves. Okay. Oh, buddy. I assume they're dead, right? I haven't counted yet, but I assume they're dead. No, I'm gonna sack the Risen Reefs. So we're not gonna deck because I'm gonna sack the Risen Reefs. At the very least, they're about to get Plague Wind. I can also draw Brazen Borrower here. So I haven't played a land yet for the turn, so I'm going to shock this in. And then we go Master off of these. Opponent's seen enough. Oh, that was delicious. That was delicious. There's some big water ponies, chat. Yeah, like, I know Courser was really good that game. I kind of feel like it's not good in this matchup on average, though, and I'm supposed to cut it. I know Courser was good there, but I feel like I'm not supposed to have Courser in my deck. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, there's a lot of directions we could go here. Wicked Wolf and Deckenstone both seem very good in this matchup. Leap 2. I think this is how we boarded against the last black deck, and I think this is correct. Sending my Art Guy a message, asking for a banner with Voice of Resurgence, Risen Reef, Master of Waves. Mulligan against Thoughtseize really sucks, but that hand just, like, dies to too many of their aggro draws, I think. Hey, Gregor, thanks for the 16 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. How much to do Neoshul Brand next week? Neoshul Brand, you'll need to beat the top 8, the top 6 Pioneer decks in the queue in points. So, whatever the top 6 Pioneer decks are in the queue after today, you would need to have more points than them to get Neoshul Brand into next week. And today we're gonna play through Bant Spy Network, so that'll give you a rough idea. There's gonna be some bumping and changing that goes on from people that donated and shared today too. So if you want an exact number, you can drop me a DM and I can send you an exact number once I do my wrap up today. It's a good draw. Hey, what's going on, Night Stars? Yeah, running a little bit long today. Yeah, Neoshul Brand is modern, but the modern decks are all play on Magic Online. So basically, they're then the same like, I don't know what you want to call it, the same whatever. God, Liliana, the Last Hope is absurd against us. Hey, thanks for the biddies, Fox. I appreciate it. Get that. Neosho will happen next week then, for sure. So, just like, I could Oko, Elk my Elemental, crack Liliana down to 1. Master does not kill Lily. Lily's at 3 or 4. Master would make my Elemental token. Oh, wait, it does, doesn't it? Good catch. I always forget that because the Master gives this a +1/+1, right? Sick. So I only have 3 creatures, but Master static lets her kill Lily. Okay, good catch, good catch. Sick. I forgot about this being an elemental and getting the... I was like counting to 3 no matter how I did my permutations. Counting to 4, confirmed busted. Competitive Twitch chat advantage. Ringing in there. Really? Okay, so we didn't lose Oko. I assume not losing Oko means that they have a way to kill this. And I think that means I just elk this night, right? The voice tokens have just been so aggressive. Okay, just elk that, play a tapped land and pass. You know what? Nah. If they wanna... No, I'm gonna wait a turn. Because next turn I get to guaranteed make another creature. And I don't want to, like, attack with this, get this killed, and have them, like, trade a 3/3 for my elemental. Yeah, they must have been terrified of the reef triggers after last game, right? Without a way to kill the Oko, I think they should have left the reef. I do think we just, like, put the fear of reefer in them. Speaking of... Triggers. Shishisha. Shishisha. All right. Woo-hoo, buddy. That was a good set. That was a good set, chat. I like what this one is doing. I like what this one is doing. Hit the 4-1 again. Eldritch Evolution, I'm confident I want to get rid of. I don't think this card was very good here. Evolutionary Leap was very good at multiple points. However, I feel like 3 is probably too many for the main deck. I think there's enough aggressive decks in this format that I don't want that many in the main. I'm torn on Courser. I don't know how I feel. I don't think I want to get rid of all of them just yet, but I think 3 is too many. I'm going to be adding this one to my website for sure, and I think I'm going to start here, all things considered, for the main deck. I feel like this looks somewhat reasonable. As far as the slots in the sideboard go, I feel like the last Deccan Stone is an easy include. You don't hit a couple of rips in the sideboard for graveyard decks. I have a couple of Scavenging Oozes. You think I need more than just Skoos? Like, I have Skoos and I have Deccan Stone. I feel like Skoos plus Stone is probably plenty. I also, like, don't have any strong creature synergies necessarily anymore, so it could be right to just play the better graveyard hate. Could be right to just play better Graveyard Hate and just, like, rip people. Some of the graveyard decks in this format are really good. Just do that on top of that. I don't really have any other cards necessarily for in here. Like, maybe you could play another Wicked Wolf or something. But yeah, I think this archetype's been really sweet. Voice of Resurgence with Eldritch Evolution is good. Risen Reef with Voice was good. Master of Waves was just good with all of these things as well. It's a lot of really small synergies in here. Yeah, Rip makes our Voice worse, but if we're boarding in Rip, we should be okay turning our Voice off because whatever deck we're ripping is going to be completely hamstringed by it. So, obviously, sideboards are going to be kind of hard to flesh out in this format in general until we really learn what's good and what's bad or not. Like, you know, are 3 Mystic Disputes to Aether Gust a reasonable split? I have no idea, like, how many green decks are there, how many red decks are there, how many blue decks are there, so, like, exactly what we're supposed to be doing in here. Kind of hard to say exactly. Alright, we're going to wrap up the Magic portion today on another Bant deck. So we've got some Thopter Spy Networks coming up here. Why is there only a 13-card sideboard? Alright, we're going to figure out what my sideboard's missing in a second. I'm going to hit an ad roll while we do that. So we'll be back in a few. Thanks for hanging out today. See ya